Too much, you can't see the background. I'll catch you. Oops.
A bit more so big so people can see the screen. You work, need to make it a bit.
The light is
What's happening?
you can't see the camera, you're not going to see it live. You understand? You know the screen, can you enlarge it or no? Yeah.
Yes, it's good now.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Well done.
Not gonna fall asleep on it. All right, so for tonight, we're going to be talking about damp and mold issues in the home. Do most of you have experience with damp and mold in the home? Yeah, yeah, okay. So some of this will be things that you already very clearly know. Damp and mold can cause some health problems. It can actually make the home even harder to heat, and it can lead to much bigger repairs that are needed as well. Again, these are some of the things that the damp and mold can lead to. It could be like breathing problems, expensive repairs, damaging your furniture and belongings if it gets on Oftentimes it gets onto bedding or bags or clothes. If it gets quite bad, it can do that. So obviously you're well aware of it, but peeling paint, musty smells, moisture around your windows, dark stains, and then obviously actually seeing the mold in the home. So where's the mold coming from? What's the sort of the core issue? It's actually 4 different things. So it could be lack of heating, lack of insulation, lack of ventilation, or having just a lot of moisture in the home. So lack of heating, if your whole home is pretty warm, but there's one area, one room that you don't use very much, that's where a lot of moisture will actually start to pool, and then that can create some condensation leading to damp and mold problems. Oftentimes it's in the kitchen. Kitchens tend to be harder to heat. Or if you just have a room that you're not using quite as much, it'll often you'll start to see moisture pooling on windowsills. Is where it often will start. If the whole home is heated pretty evenly, you won't have that as much, but that is one area that it comes in. Insulation, again, if there are some areas of your home that are really well insulated and some that aren't, that mismatch in the home is something that can create problems with some areas being warmer, some areas being colder, and then the moisture starts to form in some of those colder areas. Ventilation, so if your home has very little ventilation, then the moisture that we are creating by taking a shower or cooking or even breathing, just by breathing, we're creating quite a bit of moisture actually every night when we're sleeping. If it doesn't have anywhere to go, then it's going to cause some issues. It's going to stay in the room and start to cool in those areas and start to create that condensation and damp problem. And then obviously excess moisture. So if you are cooking with your lids off, if you're showering quite a lot, if you're drying clothes, and you have to redo yours.
Month and a half, I suppose.
Month and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. And you can see, it is sucking out a good bit of moisture. These bigger ones, they're more expensive, but if you're getting a new disposable dehumidifier every couple of weeks, maybe it's worth investing in a bigger one that can suck out. This one is 5 liters of water a day that it can suck out. So yeah, that's definitely the.
But that's your selection, this one.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
But that needs ventilation, isn't it?
What's that?
That one needs a ventilation, isn't it?
So it's sort of working as the ventilation. It's sucking all of the air out,
But
and it's
do they
staying.
need external, pipe?
Yeah. So it will suck all the water here, and then the water will pool in here. So this part you take out every day, every 2 days,
Okay,
dump it down the drain,
Okay,
and
they
then put
don't
it
need
back in.
external ventilation.
Yep.
Running over the window of a pipe was,
Yeah, exactly. And yes, it is electric. Again, you're balancing paying for the bills, but condensation and mold can make the home situation so much worse. As far as cleaning mold, mold can get really nasty. And if it's bad, don't try to do it yourself. But find the source of the mold and fix it. So whether that's a problem with leaky pipes or with the rising damp or whatever the problem is, that's what needs to be fixed first. And then after that, replaster and repaint. I hear a lot of stories from people living in council homes where they will come and sort of scrape it all off and repaint it all, and 3 weeks later it's back again. And so they just have to start the whole process again. Replace all the affected carpets and the flooring. Don't necessarily recommend a specific product. Some people find some really useful. Some people think, maybe not as much. I've seen things like vinegar, like bleach, and then there's commercial mold removers. Again, if it's bad, please don't try to do it yourself. Gloves, mask, goggles, seems like it's a bit overkill. It's not. Again, this can make lung problems. It can create all sorts of like breathing problems and stuff as well. Don't try to do it yourself if it's bad. And then obviously wash everything that it has affected as well. If you are renting, there's something called AWAB's law, and this got put into place just within the last year or two, and it's because there was a child, I think he was 2 years old, who actually died because of problems with damp and mold. And so social housing landlords are required to fix damp and mold issues within strict timeframes. This is applying now to private renters as well. So once a renter reports a problem, the landlord has to investigate within 2 weeks' time and begin repairs within 7 days of identifying the issue, and complete the work within a reasonable time frame. Again, that reasonable is doing a lot of work in that sentence, but there is the onus, the responsibility of the landlord to fix the problem quickly, and it is a legal duty now. So I guess if you are a landlord yourself, please be aware of that. If you are renting, please be aware of that, because it is something that can affect your own physical, mental health. So please do everything you can to get it fixed. And yeah, it's a legal duty, so it is a much bigger responsibility now than it was even 2 years ago. So just something to be aware of. Any other questions? I don't like doing the damp and mold one as much, I'll say, because it's often the opposite solution to staying warm and to saving money. But it is very important at the same time as well.
When you say awareness, is there something abbreviation or is there meaning of something? Awareness.
Yeah, so Awab was someone who, I think it was a 2-year-old in London that died because of complications that came because of mold issues. I think it was maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but this law has been put in place sort of in his memory, but to make sure it doesn't happen again, within the last 2 years, this has been put in place.
So they named after him.
Yes. They named the law after him, yeah.
What's his name?
Awab Ishaq, I think it was. Do you feel more prepared to do something about damp and mold?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Are you going to take some of the things that we talked about, like the opening the windows, doing the dehumidifiers, even simple things like putting a lid on your pan when you're cooking, or maybe bigger things like the heating and the fan and everything else that you're doing for the shower. It's helping, yeah. So every little bit helps, certainly. Yeah. Good. All right. I do apologize, I forgot the cards for today, but I will bring them next week when I come, and I'll bring sort of all that we've done so far, so you can catch up on some if you want. But yeah, I will be here for any other questions for the next few minutes while we have our drinks and snacks. Thank you.
So regarding the grants, it will be in the next session?
Yes, yeah, yep. So there are some grants available for installation. There's some that are available for like heat pumps and boiler upgrades. And then there's things like payments for people who are of a certain age as well. So we'll talk about each of those next
So
week.
all these grants are only for the homeowners, or for example, you are renting for a long term and you have a lease, something like that. Can you apply for that or not?
Some of them you can, and some of them you can't. So I'll make that clear when I talk next week, because they do change about every 6 months, what grants are available and even different things within the grants. So yeah, I will make sure to have that very clear for you next week. But yeah, it's mainly meant for homeowners, but there are some that are available for tenants as well. Yep.
And there is grants for the solar panel as well or not?
Not at the moment, there isn't. So there have been in the past, but unfortunately there isn't at the moment. Depending on who your energy company is, there can be a fairly big return for energy that you sell back to the grid. Some energy companies are as low as 1p per kilowatt hour, and some are as high as 40p per kilowatt hour. So it very much depends on your energy company and your tariff that you're on, as far as solar panels selling energy back to the grid. But you can sort of make it up as an investment that way, but there isn't any grants.
And can you buy by your own private, I mean, in your own capacity, you can buy the solar panel and put it on your top?
Yes.
You can.
Yeah.
What about the wind turbine? I mean, if you can buy your own smaller turbine, they are available,
Yeah.
and 1 or 2 turbine, if you put, because here is lots of air, I mean, outside winds, lots of winds.
Yeah.
So if you can put 1 or 2, you know, it is more than enough for your home.
Yeah, there are smaller wind turbines that are manufactured. I've not seen any on a domestic home though. I'll have to look in to see if that's possible.
I heard that it's banned. You cannot.
Okay, that would be why.
So just want to confirm from you.
Yeah, I've not seen any, so that doesn't surprise me that it's bad.
For what reason did they ban actually?
I don't know. I'll need to look into it. I'll look into it and get back to you next week. It's probably just because it's a newer technology to be that small, because usually wind turbines quite large, enough to power homes for like a year on end, with just a couple of spins. So I'm guessing it's because it's a newer technology to be condensed to that size, but I don't know that for sure. So I'll get back to you on that next week.
Okay. Another question regarding, you know, the water bill is increasing and increasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the backcountry, we drill in the earth and we put our own water pump, suck the water from the earth, and we are putting in tanks. We put tanks on the top of our roofs,
Yeah.
and we're using free water. Can you do that here or not?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the reason why, but no.
No, mean it's banned, or it's just not here a tradition, the people aren't doing it, or the government ban it? What's the reason?
My guess is that it was banned because the water companies make a lot of money to have you not do that.
So you know, whatever my understanding is, there is not a mountain where there is no path on it.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, if there is a high mountain, but still there is a path on it, you can walk on it.
Mm. Yeah.
So there should be something that if you apply for government to take a permission from them, and you can.
Mm.
So I just want to, because you're the experts in energy,
Yeah.
we want to bring this question in front of you.
Yeah. Good. Again, let me look into it.
Yeah.
I think it might be to do with health issues and maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, to come back to health issues, I think.
Sheikh, you know, here and back home is different. Back home is vandalized everywhere, but here you are in kind of a box. But if you put water something.
No, why I'm asking this question?
Yeah.
Because I know one place,
Yeah.
they got permission, they have your own, you can say, system, and they are saving thousands of money each year.
In here. Or back
Yes, in here.
No, it has to be bit
I think there's
rural
a-
area.
But no, it's not rural area.
Yeah.
In Birmingham.
But how about the house, the size of the house? It depends on where it's located, Sheikh.
That's a different question, but because the thing is,
There must be a way.
now I tell you one thing, the water quality is much better, the one we are drinking here. Yes? So if there is a problem, so there are solutions.
I understand that, Sheikh. But then the company's water,
Mhm.
they make money if you do these things.
That's why I'm saying to you that there is not a single mountain, highest mountain, where there is no path on it. So if we take a path, we can.
I give you a simple answer, Sheikh.
Mhm.
You know the hay fever summertime.
Yeah.
We know what's causing the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Why they don't cut it rather than they're making the tablets. You get me where I'm coming from?
Industrialize it, I think.
Could be. And like you, I come from a country where we just drill for water ourselves as well. So it is a little bit different for me too. But yeah, I imagine it's to do with the red tape and the companies making a good bit of money, and also no one wanting to be responsible for when something goes wrong.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, in backcountry, if you do dig up to 70 feet, the water is very, very clean. But if you go 150 or 200 feet down,
Mhm.
so it just they dig up to 3-4 hours.
Mm.
They have machines,
Yeah.
and quickly they dig and they put down the pipes and put the sucking motor, and they're bringing out the water very clean. It's a natural filter and very healthy water.
There is a way to do that for your heating system,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't
Heat
do it
pump.
for drilling for
Oh,
drinking
for
water.
heating. So you can take out the cold and hot water from the earth, and you can. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can do that by your own. So this is another, you know, by digging and asking the question,
Yeah.
we come to a
Triggered
conclusion.
something in my mind. Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's what they call heat pump, heat pump.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So instead of these boilers, if we can try that things in our homes,
But it's expensive.
not expensive, not expensive.
So the ones where for the heat, so there are several different kinds of heat pumps. What most people have in Birmingham is air source heat pumps. It just gets the heat energy from the outside and sucks that in, and there's a pump that gets it through your system. Ground source heat pumps can come in different varieties. They can either string them all along through the back garden, but again, it doesn't happen in Birmingham because you need a really large back garden. But it gets the heat from the ground, and that goes about 6 feet down. And then there are the ones that you drill straight down to get the heat from these aquifers that are like 60, 80 feet deep in the ground. But air source heat pumps with the grant, 7,500 pounds. Ground source heat pumps where you drill straight down with the grant, 40,000. So it's a much greater expense. And in Birmingham, there's not a lot of space to do it either. So I'm guessing it's not economically viable to do that, even if there weren't other issues
So-
as far as water.
Yeah, I think that if you can get the information regarding the wind turbine, the small wind turbine, it's available from China,
Okay, yep,
and it's not too big or too heavy. You can put easily on your top of your building,
yep,
and the thing is, it's permitted or not. That's my
yeah,
question.
yeah. And yeah, I'll look into it,
Okay.
and it might be different based on where you are as well.
That's
So
fine.
what might be viable in rural England might not be viable in Birmingham.
The red tape kills it all.
Yep,
That's what it is. Red tape.
yeah. I'll look into it. So we got domestic turbines, why can't we drill, and solar panels selling to the grid. So I'll get all of those things, as well as the other grants and support stuff. Yep, so,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we can take this next. Come on.